This is a quick heads up for me. I have been recovering from a cold that caused me to lose my voice, but here is something quick and different for today. Creative Assembly, as we already know since July, is working on a couple of projects ever so secretly. One is the Saga series, which is going to be based on campaigns that lasted from months to a few years and took place in the time frame of some of the more recent game releases, which may mean Rome 2, Attila, and Warhammer. My understanding is that these will cover short periods of intense war with a role-playing component that is following the life of a hero, as in the epic tales of El Cid, the Song of Roland, some of the Nordic sagas, or something else along those lines. But today I would like to speculate about the next historical title, and so far speculation abounds with only one known fact, that it is going to be a period that Creative Assembly has not touched yet. This can mean the Victorian period, the pike and shot period, or a period prior to Rome 2. A pike and shot period title is very likely. I feel that the pike and shot period has been left out so far because of the combined arms type of warfare and the unique tactics that are difficult to simulate with the engines currently available. The right engine for that period has probably not seen the light of day yet. But on the other hand, we do have a brand new engine, that of Warhammer, and I wonder about the potential of using the Warhammer engine if the next release is on the Trojan War time period. Let us think about it. We are still talking about history, but at a time so ancient that it is shrouded in legend. It was not only a war between two large alliances, but also a war that took place at a time of heroes, shortly after the time of Perseus, Heracles, and Theseus. Perseus was responsible for decapitating the last Gorgon, once a race of female giants that terrorized the world. He donated the head of the Gorgon to the goddess Athena, who had helped him in his task. Anyone who gazed at the head of the Gorgon was instantly turned into stone. Very powerful magic indeed. Both Heracles and Theseus fought with the Amazons, as did the Greeks during the Trojan War. The Amazons were reputed to have been an actual race that lived in Pontus, possibly related to the Scythians, who had children with men from nearby kingdoms, and if their child was a male, it was returned to its father. But if it was a girl, it was kept by the Amazons, or so the legend goes. Now, having a race of Amazons as a faction would make this game an instant hit and totally unique, and even justifiably historical in having an all-female faction. But the Amazons were not the strangest faction of that time. Even stranger were the Centaurs, a race of half horse, half men, skilled in war as well as in medicine. And Centaurs are not even the strangest creatures. There is at least one creature from Warhammer ripped straight off the stories of Homer, Pegasus, the original flying horse that belonged to Bellerophon, a prince from Corinth. There were also seers, oracles, wizards, and witches, such as Circe, that at one point turned the soldiers of Odysseus into swine. And so far we have only talked about the mortals, because there were also gods involved in the war, especially Athena, who fought on the side of the Greeks, and Ares, Apollo, and Artemis, who now and then changed sides and fought for the Trojans. Now, gods truly had some supernatural magic at their disposal. They could rise above the combatants and they could strike from afar, so there is plenty of potential in using the Warhammer engine for a historical title. One objection sometimes heard is that this was a war between two factions fighting over a single settlement. And that sounds boring, but that is too simplistic. There were about 29 Greek kingdoms under the alliance led by Agamemnon. Some Greek kingdoms, however, did not participate, they stayed neutral. Indeed, the Hellenes themselves, at that time a tribe in the area of Epirus, although mentioned by Homer, did not seem to have joined the Greek alliance. One Greek state even sided with the Trojans, the Pelasgians of Larissa and Thessaly, under their kings Hephaestus and Pelias. On the Trojan side, in addition to several Trojan tribes and the Amazons, there fought several allies from the Balkans, and also the Lycians, Phrygians, and Carians of Asia, and even the Ethiopians under their king Memnon. So this was a fairly large-scale war, not just the siege of a single settlement in a war between just two factions. Moreover, it has the element of a step up in campaign difficulty, like with the Mongols of Medieval II, or the Kingdom Divide of Shogun II, or Imperium in Rome II, or the Huns in Attila, in that shortly after the end of the Trojan War, a cataclysm of invasions of the so-called Sea Peoples contributed to the collapse of all Bronze Age civilizations in the Mediterranean, save for Egypt. So there is plenty of scope for introducing all kinds of elements from other historical and non-historical games to create a fantastic historical title. Just an idea, but eventually almost certainly this historical period will be covered by Creative Assembly, so why not right next? Thank you for watching.